Hi guys, it's Grace with Grace Gets Gastric. Today is Thursday, July 9th, 2020. It is currently about 6:45 in the morning and I'm here today, hopefully for what I eat in a day. I filmed a bunch of these, or I've attempted to film a bunch of these for the past few months. Never works out, and I'll be honest, today has not been off to a great start. Starting with the fact that it is 6:45 and it's a workout day for me and I normally get up at 6, but I did not sleep well last night. I do not know what happened, but at like 3 in the morning, there was this sound that was so loud. And then it like, there's this like burnt rubber smell. I think maybe, so my apartment looks out on this like little courtyard thing that's a couple of stories up. And it's really nice, it's beautiful, but it traps and echoes sound like nobody's business, which is really great when they do like recycling at 6 in the morning. And then whatever this was, so I think it was just like this really loud like windstorm type thing. And you know, I was half asleep. I was literally like, oh my god, the world is ending, like this is like War of the World shit. I think it was like a street cleaner type thing. Because then there was like this smell of like burnt rubber that just went through my apartment and it was so loud, could not fall back asleep. I've been having some mild acid issues, which I don't love. Obviously it worries me a little bit. It's not to the point where I feel like I need to take medication yet, but it's been bothering me a little bit more than it ever has. I don't know if that is just sometimes that happens when you get older kind of thing, or if it is, I also know VSG tends to exacerbate that. I've not really had any issues so far since my surgery 2.5 years ago, but I would say in the past couple of months I've been just noticing it a bit more. And again, not to a point where I feel like I need to take any medication for it, but it is something I'm kind of keeping an eye on, because I do know that is not uncommon, and I do know a few people who developed acid issues with their VSG several years on. I want to say Watch Me Shrink maybe is one of them, but anyways, yeah, so I'm exhausted. I'm drinking my pre-workout right now. This is the PE Science Prolific in the Melon Berry Twist. I love this one. I've tried this in the mango flavor, and I'm gonna try another one the next time I order, but I really, really like it. It's one of my favorite. It doesn't give you the tingles, which I can take or leave, but yeah, it tastes amazing. So mix that with 10 ounces of water. I've been drinking that, trying to see if I can wake up for my workout, which is gonna be, I just know it's not gonna be great. I'm also really sore from my Tuesday workout still. I've recommitted to working out and being a little bit better and more intense about it, and I definitely can feel it, because I did a workout that I've been doing for weeks now, and normally you don't get DOMS if you've been doing repetitive motions, but I was definitely really mentally focusing on my muscles, and I think that helped, but also I'm pretty sore still, so there's that. I usually start off my workouts with a Leslie Sansone YouTube walk to just kind of do a little bit of a warm-up, and then I do a few warm-up stretches, so I'm for sure doing that part. And then I've been thinking about, one of my lovely followers on here, subscribers, mentioned Natasha Ocean, which I'll link all this stuff below. She has some at-home programs that I've heard a few people, in particularly Nappy Headed Jojoba, which is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. She's amazing. I'll also link her below. She has done a series where she, her name is T, so she's a T tries, and she tries different at-home workouts or other workouts and stuff, all kinds of things. Anyways, she tried a few Natasha Ocean workouts and really liked them. And I know she has a home workout one, but requires a lot of equipment, etc. Anyways, sorry, I'm talking today, but one of my subscribers mentioned that she has a bunch of workouts on her YouTube channel that are low impact, so no noise, which is key because I live in an apartment and I can't be jumping up and down, and no equipment. So that is great. I really want to check this out. I was thinking about doing that today, but I just don't think that I have the energy for it. So I think maybe I'll do that Saturday. But anyways, all this to say, I am going to work out, sort of. And I'm gonna work out, and then I have work, you know, I'm still working from home. So I've got a couple of big things that I need to do today for that, and a couple of meetings, and then mostly I'll be staying inside, but not my roommate, we don't live together anymore. My ex-roommate actually lives a couple of blocks from me, So in our new places. And so we are planning to go to Sephora today, actually. Sephora recently opened, and I've not been. You know, they're not doing samples or anything, but I am out of facial sunscreen, which is super important. I wear it every single day. And so I need to buy a new one. And I also want to get a tinted moisturizer. So yeah, so maybe I'll show you my little skincare routine after I work out and take you along on a day of eating. We actually might go out to eat, which I've not done since before my plastic surgery. So I've not been in a restaurant and sat down and ate somewhere since 6-7 months now. So that would be nice. But we just moved to this new area and we're really keen to try out things here. And there are a few places that are open. A lot of places have like outdoor seating and stuff. So we'll see if we're feeling up for that. We might do that. So God, sorry, this is such a long intro, but you know, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Because the other thing is, if you've been watching my weekly, no longer weekly, my monthly updates, you'll know that I am up a little bit higher than I want to be. So I'm working on just eating in a way that makes me feel better. And I am trying to eat a calorie deficit just because I do think that I look and feel my best when I am just a little bit lower than I currently am. So I have been eating at a calorie deficit, and so far so good. It's only been a couple of days, but it's been good so far. And I think this part's getting a little long, but later on maybe I'll talk to you about how I plan my calorie deficits and all that. Anyways, I'm gonna go work out. I've been stalling for too long. I need to go do it, and I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, friends, it is currently like 8:45, and I totally lost track of time. And I have a meeting at 9, and it's a video meeting with my new director, and I still look like this. I started getting distracted by work. I finished my workout, all that stuff. So I'm gonna do my skincare and then a super quick slay real quick. So I just washed my face, and I'm doing this Banana Bright vitamin C serum. Vitamin C serum is great for brightening. I don't really love this one. I want to look for something better, different, better ingredients, less fragrance, all that stuff. It's okay. Maybe something with niacinamide, which is also really great for brightening. If you're into skincare or you want to learn more, Hiram is Skincare by Hiram on here. He is great and has a philosophy I really agree with. So I'll link him below as well. Then I have this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. And I do actually really like this eye cream. It is a little bit brightening. It has a very, very faint pearlescence. Nothing that like you would really notice, but I do find it brightens me up just a smidge. And then I'm going to use my moisturizer, which is this Tatcha water cream, which I really like. I think I'm going to find something else after I'm done with this because it does have a bit of fragrance, and I am trying to, I don't have issues with fragrance, I don't think, but it can lead to skin sensitivities. And so, you know, I want to reduce that as much as possible. And the most important part of any skincare routine is the sunscreen, which I told you I literally ran out yesterday of my favorite, which is this Shiseido Urban Environment Oil-Free UV Protector. I really like it. If you've watched my Sephora haul, you'll know that I recently got this Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop. I was not paying attention though, and it is a chemical sunscreen, which breaks me out. So I'm now using this like on my arms when, you know, like if I'm ever wearing long pants, but maybe like a short sleeve shirt, I want to make sure I'm getting use out of it, but I don't want to put it anywhere where I break out like my chest, neck, and face. So there's that. So today I'm going to use a what's it called? A foundation that is this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It has SPF. Now I normally would not ever recommend that you use a sunscreen, or sorry, a foundation for your sunscreen, because there's just not enough in there. But like I said, I don't have any sunscreen that I feel comfortable putting on my face right now. Sorry, I'm looking for a brush. So it's gonna do for today, and I'm getting a sunscreen tomorrow. But it's not enough because you just don't put enough sunscreen or enough foundation on your face to actually get this full coverage. But anyways, I'm going with my Becca Under Eye Corrector Brightening, which I do like. I find it works pretty well, especially on days like right now. I'm not gonna do concealer. Sorry, there's a fucking bug in here. But I'm gonna just put on a bit of foundation, and so I find this works. And I'm doing, this is like super messy because I have 10 minutes before this meeting. So I'm just gonna do a couple of pumps, and I normally would not. Here, I'm gonna move you guys just a smidge so I can actually see myself in my mirror. But yeah, I really like this foundation a lot. I really like the brand Shiseido in general. But this, yeah, I don't know. It's like a kind of like satin finish, I would say. It lasts pretty well. You'll note that I didn't put on a primer. I can kind of take early primers. But since I had just put on my moisturizer normally, I like to put on my skincare in the morning and wait a little bit before I do my makeup, because normally I do my skincare, I wait a little bit for my moisturizer to sink in, and then I put on my sunscreen, and then I like to let that have a good God, this makes the lighting makes you look like a fucking ghost, but I promise it's not that bad in real life. It's actually a thing a lot of YouTubers, beauty YouTubers, will use foundation that's lighter or darker than their actual skin tone because it shows up better on the camera. Because right now I look like I put on the wrong color, but I promise you I did not. All right. Okay. We have got on a face to an extent. It doesn't really require too much setting, but I do like to set the T-zone. So this is my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Setting Powder. And I'm just gonna whisk some of it under the eyes a little bit. Really just very faint dusting. Then I'm going to go in with my, sorry, like I said, this is super basic. God, I really planned to look slightly more human for this meeting, but whatever. I'm going in with my Fenty bronzer just to kind of bring a little bit of life back to the face, because it is. And like I said, this is super messy. Normally I would be slightly more precise, but you know, needs must. All right, let's do a little bit of a flush. This is a Tarte bronzer in Partey. I think it was like a Sephora gift or something. I've seen a lot of people use it. It's just like a really nice, natural, neutral looking blush. So I'm here for it. Let's eek. Sorry. We are gonna go with some, oh shit, that's actually not here. Some brows. So this is the Benefit, God, I don't know, their brow gel. Oh, it's all worn out. I think it's the Gimme Brow in, I want to say this is like 4.5 shade. This is like a great, normally, I mean, I prefer pencils. I also have the Dip Brow from Anastasia, so I like both of those, but this for like a little bit more precision, but this is like a great, just gives a bit more life to my brows on times like this. All right, we got 5 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna do a bit of highlight, and then I'll probably, I don't know if I want to do mascara. This is my favorite highlight. It's super natural. It's the Becca Moonstone. Everyone goes crazy for Champagne Pop. For me, it's a little bit too glittery and dark for my particular skin tone. But yeah. All right, I wanna put mascara on, except for I'm planning to actually put on actual eyeshadow later on today, and I don't want to have to do that over over mascara. So this is like a crayon, kind of a My Lips But Better type. I got this in like an Ipsy bag. I don't even know. It's a Florence Fig by Trestique. I don't know. I like it as a cookie lip. Nothing too fancy. All right, now I need to, so that's kind of very quick. Get ready with me. And I will see you guys in a moment because I have to go to a meeting. All right, friends, it is currently 9:30. You can see I've put on some eyeshadow. I just finished with my meeting my new director. So that all went well. And now I'm going to have my first meal of the day. And I know this is going to be shocking to those of you who've been watching me for a while, but I am in fact having a Premier Protein coffee. So in this beautiful concoction today, I have 1 ounce of the sugar-free Torani coconut syrup. I have a chocolate Premier Protein, which you can see I've got many of these still. And then I have about 5 ounces of my homemade cold brew coffee. So this is going to be my first meal of the day. We will see if I can, it's like I said, it's 9:30. I've got a lot of work to do actually today, which is good because it tends to help with my hunger. But we can see if I end up having something to eat later or not. So this is probably gonna be a long video today. I'm sorry, I'm just feeling chatty. I hope you guys don't mind. But I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about my plan in terms of calories, macros, all of that stuff. So I'm currently wanting to lose about 15 to 20 pounds, but we'll say 15 pounds. And I decided to approach this in a slightly more mathematical way than I have before, and we'll see how it works. I've seen a lot of people do this method, but I haven't actually tried it myself. So it kind of makes sense. It ends up putting me at the calories I thought I should be at. So the fact that it puts me where I would have assumed I should be works out well. So I want to lose 15 pounds, and generally speaking, to lose a pound of fat, or pound is 3,500 calories. You want to expend an extra 3,500 calories, then you want to output that more than you input. Words are hard. In order to lose a pound. So I want to lose 15 pounds so 15 times 3,500 is 52,500. So that means I need to burn 52,500 more calories than I am consuming in order to lose 15 pounds. Obviously, it is not good or healthy or safe to do that all at once. That's a lot of calories. So then I need to figure out how many calories am I consuming? How many calories am I burning normally? So this is the part where it's obviously not 100% accurate because I'm just kind of going based on estimates from MyFitnessPal, all of that stuff. But according to my Fitbit, on a day where I am getting just 500 steps in, or 5,000 steps in, which is generally my average if I'm not trying, I'm burning a little over, more than, probably like about 2,500, but I decided to round down to 2,200 calories a day. And that seems kind of in line with what I would guess based on my overconsumption of things. So I'm going to go with assuming I need about 2,200 calories for maintenance. So I take that number times 7 and I get 15,400, and that's how many calories I am burning every week. If how many calories I would need to eat in a week to maintain. So then I take that number, and my goal is I want to lose this 15 pounds in about 3 months. Taking it really slow and steady. I don't want to do any crash dieting or, anything like that. And really my goal is I'd like to be back at a good weight, or my happy place before my hopeful next round of plastics. So 12 weeks. So I take the 15,400 calories in a week, times that by 12. So I get 184,800 calories that I will be needing to eat in maintenance for 12 weeks. So then I take that number and I subtract the 52,500 calorie number. That's how much weight I want to lose. So I take how many calories I would need to maintain, subtract the amount of calories I need to lose my weight, and I get 132,300. So that is how many calories I get to eat over the next 12 weeks in order to lose 15 pounds. So then I divide that by 12. So then I get my weekly calorie allotment, which is 11,025. I divide that by 7 for each daily allotment, and that gets me 1,575. So about 1,500 calories is actually how much I would assume I would need to eat to lose weight. It is how much I was eating in January when I was trying to lose just a few pounds to get a little bit, back into my happy zone after the holidays before my plastics. So I'm pretty happy with that. 1575. I put 1500 in my Fitness Pal because that gives me a little bit of bumping up room. As far as macros go, I'm still playing around with those. I would love to do what I was doing back in January, which is 150 grams of protein. I just think that tends to be good for maintaining muscle mass and all that stuff. But I am also trying to reduce the amount of meat I'm eating, which is difficult when I can't eat a lot and I don't like a lot of vegetarian protein substitutes. So we are at an impasse right now. I'm aiming for at least 100 grams of protein a day. I will probably bump that up eventually, but we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm just kind of figuring out what works for me, what I like, but sticking basically to a 1500 calorie a day goal. Like I said, I am going out to eat tonight, so that is always a little bit more difficult in that it's hard to get exact calorie allotments, and I am hoping to have a margarita if we go to the place I'm hoping to go to, because I love a margarita. But my thought is that I'll allow myself kind of one alcoholic beverage a week, and I can carry those over if I want to. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, now it's 9:40. I am going to drink my protein coffee and get some work done, and I'll check in with you guys when it is time for lunch. All right, guys, it is currently 11:45, and I am about to have this delicious salad. So what we have here is 2 ounces of lettuce, chopped lettuce. We have about 3 ounces of this curry coconut chicken, which is so good. I'm thinking I'm going to make a recipe video for it at some point. It's really tasty. I have like an ounce of grapes, 7 grams of walnuts, half an ounce of chopped celery, and then this curry lime aioli that I made to go with the chicken. I've been eating this chicken, but this was just not quite a full serving, and I didn't have my side anymore that I made with it, which is like a fried rice. So I figured I would just throw it all in this delicious salad, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to have my multivitamins, and I'm going to eat this up. All right, so it's currently about 12:30, and I am about to leave. I'm going to go to Target. So I have to grab a couple of things. There's a city Target like 15-minute walk from here, so I figure that'll be a good way to get some additional steps. Normally would also put on like a fun lip, but it is mask season, so I'm going to be wearing a mask. But yeah, I'm going to go for a walk, listen to some YouTube videos, hit up Target, and maybe I'll tell you what I get. All right, guys, it is now just about 1 o'clock, so I'm back from my mini walk to Target, and so I can show you my small little baby haul. I got some Premier Protein, the banana. So you can see right here, I have caramels. I have a few vanillas as well hidden in this one. I have the Quest salted caramel, and I have chocolate. And I like the banana for, sometimes I'll make like a banana protein pudding type thing, and so I just like to have some on hand. I usually just get a small one. And these, let's see, how long are they good for? Till next April. So this will probably last me until then. Then I got a Sèche Vite top coat, so I want to paint my nails, and this is the only top coat I use because it's super fast drying, and makes it so that I don't have to wait 18 hours before I can do anything again. Then I got this CeraVe Renewing Salicylic Acid Cleanser. So I've talked about it before, but really I would say the past 1.5 years or so, so it's kind of starting about a year after VSG, I started getting really bad back acne, and it has popped back up again. It has persisted, and I don't know if it's working out more, and so there's the sweat, if it's, I get fairly regular medical massages with oil, you know, I don't know if it's diet, I don't know what it is, but it's frustrating. So this is technically it's a facial cleanser, but it works fine, you know, you can use it everywhere. And so salicylic acid is supposed to be good for acne stuff, so I don't want to get a super expensive one, but it's hard to do like treatments on my back, especially because, you know, I put stuff on, I don't want to be sleeping on it. So got this cleanser, we'll see how it goes. And then I did get some reusable face masks in black. The face masks I currently have are the kind that you tie, and they're just super annoying. They get caught in your hair and they pull my hair. So I wanted to get some that cooked around my ear, and I wanted to get black because that just kind of goes. So let's see. Yeah, this is a little big, but I actually don't mind that because it means I can breathe. Yeah, definitely a little bit bigger than is ideal, but it's definitely nice to be able to breathe in it. So came with 2, and I'm glad to have those. So that was my little mini haul. Just got 4 items. I like to try, I'm trying to get 10,000 steps a day, and so I find the easiest way for me to do that is to have little errands that I run. So I don't, plus I'm walking around with these things, so I walked, you know, 15 minutes carrying them. It wasn't too much. I'm not doing like a massive grocery haul. It's not ideal in terms of social distancing because you want to make fewer trips, but you know, I'm being safe as I can. So yeah, it is, like I said, 1 back to work for me, but just wanted to show you what I got, and I'll check in for my next food consumption. Hello friends. Okay, it is currently about 2:30 and I am feeling a bit peckish, so I'm going to have a snack. Let me see if I can show you this without spilling all of them everywhere. So this little snack plate right here. Oop, just spilled one. So this is 8 ounces of Big cherries. I stopped at a farmer's stand on the way home. I visited my parents in Eastern Washington. Stopped at a stand and got some fresh Big cherries. They are delicious. So I've got 8 ounces of those and then 2 ounces of this super yummy honey maple turkey I got from a local deli. So this is obviously 10 ounces of food, quite a bit. But the cherries are, because they've got seeds and stuff, or pits rather, they aren't quite as filling. So my plan is to eat the turkey first and then start munching on the cherries. I might not be able to eat this all at once in one sitting, but my plan is if I get full, I'm just going to keep kind of snacking on the cherries throughout the afternoon, because they're really good. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. I took a little break and painted my nails, and I'll be continuing to work for the next few hours. So there we go. All right guys, it is currently 4:20 and I am about to walk out the door and meet my friend to go to Sephora, and we're gonna walk there. It's like a maybe 10-15 minute walk, check things out. I will get some facial sunscreen, and then we might go out to eat. So I don't know yet if we're gonna feel up for it or if the place will be open, all that stuff. So if I don't go out to eat, I'll be eating here and I'll show you that as well. But in the meantime, I don't know how long it's gonna be and I am feeling a smidge peckish, so I'm gonna have a little bit of these fine herb Valencian almonds that I got, and they are so freaking good. They're so good. I love these kind of almonds with salt and herbs, and so good. So I'm probably gonna have, or I actually weighed out, how much did I weigh out? 21 grams, so that's 3/4, right, of a serving. I don't know. I'm having 21 grams of these, so not quite an ounce, and just a little bit something to tie me over, and then I'll show you what I eat next. All right, so it's super loud because we're eating outside, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I am having a margarita, as I said I wanted to. So this is a hibiscus margarita, and it is delicious. And here is my dinner. So this is a quesadilla with carne asada and some chips and like a guacamole. So we'll see what I end up eating of this. All right, so I ate about half of the quesadilla and the chips and a little bit of sour cream. All right, friends, I am back at home. I don't think I really filmed too much. I was enjoying myself out and about. Like I said, we walked to Sephora. I ended up getting the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer and the First Aid Beauty zinc oxide sunscreen. So hopefully those work out well. Obviously we could not use them or test them, but they were able to kind of like put things out on like a plexiglass tray so I could kind of get a color match. So I think it should be good. I mean, I purposely picked, I got tinted moisturizer for the summer, and it doesn't really need to be a super close match because it's so sheer. It just really helps to kind of even out some of the redness. And I already use a zinc oxide sunscreen, so I'm not too worried. It's mostly the texture, which is hard because that you can't really tell, but yeah, we'll see. Sorry, I am really tired. It just hit me. I think the combination of the margarita, which was delicious, and I ate a lot. I ate a little bit too much. I ate some few too many chips, I think. So I'm just tired. Plus, as I said this morning, I did not get much sleep last night. So I am actually about to crawl into bed to do some reading, but I am going to do my skincare first. And since I showed you my morning skincare, thought I'd show you my evening skincare. So I already removed my makeup. And I want to make sure that my face is completely dry before I can go in with my next product, which is a retinol. So this is the First Aid Beauty retinol serum. This is the 0.25%. It's a fairly low dose. It's a good starter retinol. I'm at a point now where I'm using this every single day. I actually did get a prescription retinol that I'm going to transition to after I finish with this bad boy. So I just do, it's like this bright yellow, a pump of this, and put it pretty much all over. Retinol is one of the most thoroughly tested skincare ingredients. It's great for wrinkles, anti-aging, acne. I basically don't think there's anyone who could not benefit from having a retinol in their skincare routine. And I think starting young is the way to go. So I do a retinol. I'm not today, but I normally every other day I do a lactic acid plus. So this is a 10% lactic acid from The Ordinary, but I just do that every other night. And then I'm going to go in with my First Aid Beauty. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of that this brand. But this is their retinol eye cream with triple hyaluronic acid. So I really like this eye cream. Again, a little bit more retinol. Hyaluronic acid is great for skin plumping, so it is great for this under eye area. Eye creams are kind of unnecessary, but I kind of like them for a little extra pampering, and this one is a good one. So I just, I don't do too much of it, but just a little bit, kind of go all up in this eye area. And then I am out of my normal evening moisturizer, and I am planning to get a new one, but in the meantime I'm actually going through this old sample that I have. This is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. It's not great for me because this is meant, I think, this is better for dry skin, and I have combo oily, so it's a little oily for me in my personal preferences. I haven't noticed my skin like hating it, but my skin doesn't like it much either, but it works and I want to use it up. It does not have a pleasant smell. And I think it might be, it's fragrance free, and sometimes that means it doesn't smell good because the ingredients don't smell that great. Fragrance free is something that I look for in skincare. I am not super strict about it, but I am hoping to transition into fragrance free things more and more. So I think that's great that it's fragrance free, but I used to use their gel instead of the lotion, and I think that works better just for my skin type because I do feel a bit oily, so that's why I would never use that in the morning for me personally, but for night when I want a little bit of extra hydration, it's not that big of a deal. So that is my current evening skin routine. Like I said, it is about 7 o'clock. I am going to go crawl into bed. I'm so tired. I don't know if I'm going to have anything else today to eat. I have in my plan a protein jello with some almond whipped cream that I've been having and that I have room for, and it's fairly light. So I have the stats for that if I do end up having a sweet craving, but right now I'm super full. But I'm probably going to stay up for at least another 2 hours. So in another hour, I might have digested enough to want a little bit of something sweet. So if I end up having something else, you'll be the first to know about it. But in the meantime, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. All right, guys, it is the next day. So I'll go ahead and put my estimated stats on the screen. Now, I was really kind of debating on if I wanted to include stats in this video just because I know that they're not accurate, but they're as accurate as I can make them. And since this whole video was talking about trying to be in a deficit, and because I'm trying to, get rid of a little bit of this extra weight, it seemed like it made sense to put the calories. So as you can see, it's a little over 1,500, but as I talked about earlier in the video, 1,575 was my cap to be, losing weight. Like I said, these are not going to be 100% accurate. I had to guess for both my lunch and my dinner. For my dinner, I was out to eat. I put an estimate for the margarita, for the chips, and for the amount of sour cream I ate for the quesadilla, that could be totally wrong. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I was up to 500 calories off for the day, because it's so variable. I put in what I think feels accurate, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. I'm probably underreported because that's just how we tend to work as humans. Same thing for my lunch. I am fairly confident in everything except for the aioli and the chicken, just because those were both recipes that my parents made and I brought with me. I was over at their place this the past weekend. I did create a recipe for both of them, but I know that I didn't get everything exactly accurate because I wasn't there when they made it. Wasn't able to measure things. And I know in particular the chicken was not correct because there was basically 3 ounces of chicken, and it was based on my recipe, how much I'd put in, it was giving me like 10 grams of protein. So then I knew that was inaccurate, and had to go in and fiddle with that. So I know that's not totally accurate as well. So my protein is a little low, partial, then, I wanted to hit 100 grams. I'm close. I'd actually planned to have a protein bar instead of those almonds when you saw me eat, but I just wasn't hungry enough for the protein bar. I just wanted a little bit of a snack. So I just listened to myself, even though I knew that almonds are actually more calorically dense and less protein, but in terms of like satiation, I could just eat a couple of them and it didn't feel like quite a commitment. So there we are. So I did mention that I know that the estimate is off. It could be quite a bit off, but there are 2 reasons why I'm not too bothered about that. The first is that I purposely built my maintenance calories on the lower end, essentially not accounting for any exercise. Now, I personally do not like to offset eating with exercise just because I feel like those trackers are always inaccurate and they probably are overestimating how many calories you burn. So I don't ever take that into account personally when I am building things, which is why I kind of did a baseline for my maintenance calories, which means yesterday when I got 13,000 steps and I did a admittedly mediocre workout because I was so tired, but I did work out. So I know that I was burning more calories yesterday than my standard maintenance. So while I do not take that into account and do not take that as license to be able to eat more that day, if I'm hungry and I'm feeling that natural hunger, I will allow myself to eat when I'm hungry. That wasn't the case yesterday. I just was indulging because I went out to eat. And, because I knew I worked out that day, I did feel, less concerned with the fact that I was probably over my 1,500 calorie goal, even though, I tracked for it. I feel like it was probably higher. I can't guess what it was higher in really. There's only so much you can do with MyFitnessPal if you don't know the exact ingredients. And then the other reason is because, as we talked about with that little calorie math, it's not an isolated day. So it is over a week, over a month, over a 3-month period. I have 12 weeks, right, that I want to lose this weight. So I just need to be in a deficit over that 12 weeks. Now, I would not recommend, starving yourself for a week and then binging. Like, I don't think that personally that's very helpful. But if yesterday I ate a little bit higher calorie, I could always eat a little bit lower calorie today and balance that out. Not to a point where I am being overly restrictive, because that's something I really want to be cognizant of and aware of. I don't want to turn it into this thing where I am punishing myself with exercise or with restriction, because I just think that leads to, for me, unhealthy habits and unhealthy relationships with food, and that's not what I want. So, but that's just something you can be mindful of, particularly if you have a special event, if you want to have a glass of wine, if you want to have a slice of cake for birthday. Definitely don't go crazy, but it is all a spectrum. So anyways, that is pretty much it for me. I'm pretty sure this video ended up really long. I was feeling very chatty. I believe that the quarantine thing has made me just desperate for contact, even though I'm not actually talking to any of you right this moment. Y'all will be seeing this and it'll be like we're chatting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am thinking I might try to make these even more frequently than once a month, even though I haven't even been making them once a month because life has been hectic. But now that I am settled into my new place, or almost settled, I still have a few more things to do. And because I am trying to recommit my focus to eating in a way that makes me feel good and that will get me to a weight that and a body shape that I feel good at. I think making these videos is just helpful for me and hopefully helpful for you. So anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.